The recent college admissions bribery scandal putting a spotlight on what's known as snowplow parenting.
Parents clearing away all obstacles so kids never have to deal with failure. But it can have disastrous results. Neha Curtis has a story you'll see only on 19 News.
When you meet Chris Carter, it looks like he has a storybook life.
Good catch.
But the path to get here turned into a struggle to survive.
My babysitter abused me. My mother and father, it hurt them a lot.
Chris says his parents felt responsible and went overboard trying to show they were sorry for what happened.
The word no was never there me growing up. I got everything, whether it was skateboards, bicycles, foosball tables, ping pong tables, pool tables, BMWs, Camaros, a pool. I got a lot of it. Schoolwork. I think schoolwork was one things they tried their hardest to, a lot of the projects I remember that they would just, go in there and do them for me.
If his parents ever did tell him no, Chris says he freaked out.
I would, cuss at my family, put holes in walls, break my, my toys and break my my trophies and stuff that I ever in school, and it was a downward spiral. I was still getting enabled, and I started drinking and using drugs.
I thought I could, if I bought him everything, gave him everything, I didn't have to deal with the situation.
It's too many times that you think with your heart instead of your head.
Chris's parents, Sheila and Bob, still couldn't let their son fail.
I can't tell you how many times we paid for traffic tickets, for DUIs.
Right, paid his bills.
Paid his bills for him, just to keep out of trouble. And why did we do that?
It's a dangerous practice because you see people who are still depending on mom or dad to give them money to survive in their 40s instead of learning how to live within their budget or learning the consequences of poor actions.
Dr. Deborah Corky, a clinical psychologist at the Center for Effective Living in Rocky River, says snowplow parenting sends children the message that they can't handle problems.
It can ruin kids' self-esteem. They don't think of themselves as competent people. Because what makes us competent is when we do something difficult and we succeed.
Pictures show Chris at the height of his drug use. He traded his BMW to a drug dealer for 3 rocks of crack cocaine and stole his dad's credit card to get cash.
And the hardest thing for me was to say, yeah, I will prosecute it. My own son. It's just like, it's crushing, but I knew I had to do that.
Well, I think the biggest thing was leaving.
Yeah.
We left and went to Florida.
That was hard to do.
It was very hard to do, and we didn't have any contact with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came right out and said.
When you're an enabler, it's hard to do something like that.
And, we just said to him, when you get your head screwed on straight, contact us.
Honestly, being spoiled and selfish, I was scared because I'd never been left like that before, and my mother and father always bailed me out with lawyers and money. So I figured, well, if I fed them a line and dance, a story, they would feel sorry for me.
Chris did get his life together, meeting his wife Megan, who said, "It's either me or the drugs," and he chose her. Together, they're raising their children, not by buying them the best of everything, but spending time together.
We have Family Fun Friday. We do board games, and we pick out movies. We play hide and go seek in the house. We take bike rides, walks, very constructive things.
What's your perspective when you're looking at how Chris is with his family now and with his kids?
Very proud.
I'm so proud. I never would have thought he had been gone for 9 years. And we kept on praying and praying, never give him. People say, throw him out, get rid of him. He's just a lost case. And I said, no, he's not.
And he continues to write new chapters of his story as he breaks the cycle of snowplow parenting.
I think that's a huge thing, and I know that it can be done out there.
Neha Curtis, 19 News.
Well, this is, of course, an extreme example. Dr. Kirky says snowplow parenting doesn't always lead to criminal activity or drug use, but it certainly can.
It can. A recent survey found that 3/4 of parents questioned had made a